The old house stood alone, a silhouette against the dying light. Its once grand facade now crumbled and worn, a ghost of its former self. It had stood empty for years, its windows dark and lifeless. Locals told stories, whispers of a presence that lingered, a chill that clung to the air, making the bravest shiver. This was no ordinary house. It was a place of shadows and secrets, where the past seemed to seep into the present. The walls held memories, and the floors creaked with the weight of untold stories. It began with strange noises at night, footsteps creaking on the stairs, a door slamming shut. The sounds echoed through the empty halls, as if the house itself was alive, breathing, waiting. Then came the sightings, fleeting glimpses of a figure in the windows, a face that vanished as quickly as it appeared. Shadows moved where no one should be, and eyes seemed to watch from the darkness. The stories spread, each one adding to the legend of the neighborly ghost. A spirit, they said, who watched over the house, guarding its secrets, and perhaps seeking something lost long ago. In the heart of the Dust Bowl, a farmer named Silas lived near the abandoned house. The land was harsh, the air thick with dust, and the crops struggled to survive. Silas, a man of few words, toiled day and night, hoping for a better season. He claimed to have seen the ghost, described him as a tall, gaunt figure dressed in overalls. The figure seemed to float above the ground, its eyes hollow and haunting. Silas's encounters with the ghost became more frequent, each one more unsettling than the last. Silas told anyone who would listen. He swore he saw the ghost vanish into thin air, right before his eyes. The ghost would appear at dusk, just as the sun dipped below the horizon, and then, in a blink, it would be gone. Silas's story spread like wildfire. Some dismissed it as a desperate man's hallucinations. Others weren't so sure. The townsfolk whispered about the ghost, their curiosity piqued and their imaginations running wild. Some even ventured near Silas's farm, hoping to catch a glimpse of the spectral figure. Silas was known as a reliable man, a man of his word. He was respected in the community, a pillar of strength in tough times. Then, Silas himself disappeared, vanished without a trace. His tools were left untouched, his home eerily silent. Some say he went looking for the ghost and never came back. Others believe the ghost took him, a final, chilling encounter. The fields where Silas once stood now lie empty, a haunting reminder of the man who vanished into the unknown. Years later, a young couple, the Millers, bought the house, hoping to restore it to its former glory. They were enchanted by its old-world charm and the potential it held. The house had stood empty for decades, its walls whispering tales of the past. The Millers envisioned a future filled with warmth and laughter within those aged walls. They ignored the stories, dismissed them as local superstition. The townsfolk spoke of strange occurrences, of lights that danced in the night and shadows that moved on their own. But the Millers, practical and modern, paid no heed to these tales. They were determined to make the house their home. They would soon regret their skepticism. One foggy night, they saw a light in the distance, a soft yellow glow like a lantern bobbing in the mist. It was an eerie sight, the kind that sends shivers down your spine. The light seemed to beckon them, inviting them to uncover its mystery. They watched as the light moved closer, coming to a stop outside their house. Curiosity got the better of them. They felt an inexplicable pull, a need to understand what was happening. The air was thick with anticipation, every breath they took heavy with the unknown. They stepped outside. The light vanished, gone without a sound. It was as if it had never been there, leaving behind only questions and a lingering sense of unease. The night seemed darker, the silence more profound. The Millers searched for hours, no sign of a lantern, no footprints in the dew-covered grass. Just an unsettling silence. The night was still, the only sound their own footsteps and the occasional rustle of leaves. They felt a chill that had nothing to do with the weather, a sense that they were not alone. The stories continued, each more chilling than the last. A group of teenagers dared each other to spend the night in the house. They heard the sound of a child crying coming from the attic. When they investigated, they found nothing, only a musty old rocking chair swaying gently back and forth. The teenagers fled the house, their laughter replaced with terrified screams. They never went back. The stories of the neighborly ghost became more frequent, more intense. But the mystery remained. Who was the ghost and what did it want? Now, years later, the house still stands, a testament to time and terror. People still claim to see the lights, hear the whispers, feel a presence watching them. No one dares to stay too long. The fear is palpable, a tangible thing. The neighborly ghost has become a part of the town's fabric, a chilling reminder that some secrets are best left buried. Some stories are meant to be whispered, not investigated. The truth of the neighborly ghost remains elusive, a puzzle with missing pieces. Is it a restless spirit, a figment of our collective imagination, or something else entirely? We may never know. And perhaps that is the most terrifying aspect of all. The unknown, the unanswered questions, the shadows that linger long after the sun is set.